Good day everyone, I am Jansal G. Bonghanoy. In this video, I will present my final major assessment, which includes my chosen character, my personal leadership philosophy, my leadership skills evaluation, and my leadership development plan. The character I chose is Dr. Stephen Strange because I strongly relate to his way of thinking, his growth, and how he balances logic, reality, and difficult decisions. Dr. Stephen Strange is a character who started as highly intelligent doctor but later developed a deeper understanding of reality, time, and responsibility. He became someone who thinks ahead, analyzes outcomes, and makes decisions not just based on emotions but on what is necessary. I personally connect with Doctor Strange because I also tend to think deeply about situations. I often simulate possible outcomes in my mind before making any decisions, especially in situations that involve consequences for myself and others. Like him, I'm interested in both science and abstract ideas. Doctor Strange represents both logic and metaphysical thinking, which I also experienced through my interest in biology, astronomy, and philosophical thinking about time and existence. Another reason I relate to him is that his intelligence is not always visible in everyday situations, but it becomes clear when he is in the right environment or when solving complex problems. I also feel that my thinking works in the same way, where I express myself best when I am given the right context to explain. My personal leadership philosophy is based on three principles. First is awareness. I believe that a leader must understand both the situation and the people involved before making decisions. Like Doctor Strange, I try to observe, analyze, and understand before acting. Second is responsibility. Every action has consequences, and the leader must be accountable for those outcomes. Doctor Strange often makes decisions that affect many people, and he accepts the responsibility of those choices. Third is strategic balance. I believe that leadership is not always about choosing what feels right emotionally, but about balancing morality and practicality. There are times when difficult decisions must be made for a greater outcome. In my daily life, I apply this thinking carefully before acting, considering different perspectives and trying to make decisions that are both responsible and realistic. In evaluating my leadership skills, I can identify several strengths. First is I have strong self-awareness, which allows me to reflect on my actions and improve. I also have empathy, as I try to understand other people's perspectives. Additionally, I have strategic thinking, where I consider possible outcomes before making decisions. However, I also recognize areas for improvement. One of my challenges is overthinking, which sometimes affects my confidence and ability to act quickly. Another challenge is expressing my thoughts verbally, as I communicate better through writing. So, to improve these areas, I selected the book Atomic Habits. This book explains how small, consistent actions can lead to significant improvements over time. It focuses on building positive habits and reducing negative patterns. This relates to Doctor Strange because his growth did not happen instantly. It was through continuous learning, discipline, and practice that he developed his abilities. Similarly, I believe that improving my communication, discipline, and decision-making can be achieved through consistent effort. My leadership development plan includes both short-term and long-term goals. In the short term, I aim to improve my verbal communication by practicing speaking clearly and confidently, reduces overthinking by focusing on taking action, build discipline through small and daily habits. In the long term, I am to become a more confident and effective leader. Use my thinking skills in fields such as innovation, engineering, and business. Continue developing both my emotional intelligence and decision-making skills to achieve these goals. I will practice speaking regularly, either through recording myself or engaging in conversations. Reflect on my decisions and identify areas for improvement. Apply lessons from Atomic Habits in my daily routine to measure my progress. I will track my consistency in habits, improvements in communication, and my ability to make decisions with confidence. So in conclusion, Dr. Stephen Strange represents a leader who combines intelligence, awareness, and responsibility. Through this project, I realized that leadership is not just about knowledge, but about how we apply it in real-life situations. This assessment helped me better understand myself, my strengths, and my areas for improvement. It also guided me in creating a clear path for my personal growth as a leader. And thank you for watching.